Well, one of the misconceptions is that typically when you're going to go from a TDM environment to an IP environment, you're going to see all this cost savings up front. Usually you're not going to see that. What's going to happen is there's going to be a high cost of entry for the basic functionality. Then as you go on with that, you're going to find out that there's additional cost to train your staff on IP terminals and how the new applications work, because that's totally different in a lot of ways than in the TDM world. I mean, the basic function of operating a telephone is the same, but using the applications and the applications that are available, and even the fact that end users can get in there and use some of the applications that were typically reserved only for the system managers to use, is different. So what you've got now is all of this complexity, and a lot of the IT managers didn't anticipate this. They thought it was just adding voice over IP as another application onto the network. And when they look at this, the total cost of ownership ends up being much higher than they thought it would be. But now when you start adding value-added applications or features on top of that, that's where you'll get a cost savings. So if you look at business continuity horizontal or feature set, whatever you want to think of it as, you've got redundancy on the components, you've got IP failover, which allows stations to fail over from one switch to another, and then you've got redundant power supply units, all of that. That's with your initial entry level. If you go to the next level and you add features like clustered survivability and high availability, then you take it to the next level and there's an additional cost, but your return for that additional cost is actually much higher than you saw with the initial model. Now the third level you could take it to, if you add even more capability, is in the business continuity aspect to get self-healing networks. So again, not only the users, but trunk connections and voicemail ports, conferencing, all of that will dynamically fail over throughout the network, so there's maximum business uptime. What NEC brings to the table is our knowledge in both voice and data. You know, you've got other vendors out there that have only been in business 5, 10, 20 years. NEC's been in business for more than 100 years. We have staying power, we have been successful, we know what it means to be successful. The other thing is that what you're doing with voice over IP or IP telephony is you're merging voice and data. So yes, you want somebody who understands purely data communications, but you need somebody who understands voice as well, because voice is not just another application on the network. In most cases, it's typically your most important application on your network. So you want somebody who understands both.